Hello, welcome to Lona Soul's Tarot. My name is Victoria, and today's reading we are doing a Get Your Shite Together. All right, so we're going to be doing what the problem is, how you can go about fixing it, what's the lesson, and if we need an oracle just as a little bit of advice or just like a send-off message, we can do that towards the end depending on how the reading goes. Okay, so we have two piles today. First pile we have is the moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. That's pile one. Pile two, we have the moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. That's pile two. Pile one, pile two. So before we get started, I did want to say thank you to all of my new subscribers, returning subscribers, and if this is your first time here, hello. I do hope that you consider joining the little tribe over here. It would be greatly appreciated, and all are welcome, okay? So if you need to, go ahead and pause it right here. I'm gonna go ahead and roll the intro. I will see you at your pile. Pile one. If you chose the moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. This is going to be your leading. Put that there. All right. Okay, so for your reading, I'm going to be using my Wandering Moon Tarot. So as I stated in the beginning, today's reading is Get Your Shite Together. We're going to be looking at what is the problem, how you could potentially fix that problem, and what is the lesson that you are needing to learn in regards to the issue or the problem. And then towards the end, if need be, I will go ahead and pull a oracle just as a little send off towards the end of the reading. Okay. All right, so like I always say, don't think too much about any one thing. Just vibe, relax, pay attention to your breathing. Whatever's gonna come out is gonna come out regardless, so don't think too hard about it, okay? Always remember these are generalized, so sometimes that this is not even your pile. You can always check out the next pile or maybe another reading. And if not, then just come back on another day. All right? All right, so. What is the issue? Let's go ahead and cut. And all right, so the problem. Do I have this upside down? Nope, sure don't. 8 of Stars in reverse. How to potentially fix. We have the World upright. And the lesson, we have the 10 of Pentacles upright. Okay, and at the back of the deck we have Justice. So the problem, the issue that you are currently having, we have 8 of Cups, that's 8 of Stars. So 8 of Cups upright is usually being able to walk away from something, knowing when to walk away from something, and be courageous enough to actually do so. But you have this in reverse. So you are afraid of change. You are potentially very comfortable in the position that you are in right now, whether that is within a relationship, your career, your friendships, just your life in general. You're probably very comfortable and you're kind of just like, I mean, why change? Why fix what's not broken, right? But the thing, and I don't even really think I need to like go too far into that, because you know, we're all basically of age and we are strong. We are aware when we are keeping ourselves down just based off of clear fear of what is to come next. Maybe like you're afraid to, maybe it took some time to get where you actually are right now in your life, and you're probably at a point where it's like, man, I'm just comfortable. Like I don't, why should I have to change? Like I'm good. You know, my bills are paid, food on the table, roof over my head. And if you have kids, your kids are taken care of. They're happy where they are. So it's like, why rock the boat? You don't want to do that. Man, look at that. It's just kind of like, and it's funny how it's under the root chakra stone. Yeah, it's like you're kind of just rooted where you are right now. Like you're like, and maybe you do see yourself changing at some point, but it's like right now it is coming up as your problem. So essentially it is something that is in your way. Being in a comfort zone, there's really no room to grow, because you're not attempting to take yourself out of it. It's kind of just like the safe zone. Like the way you have your home, like the way you do decorate your house. Like, I remember back in the day, like people didn't used to spend that much time inside of their house, given we didn't have COVID back then. But like, back then, like going inside was weird. Like you didn't really want to be inside of your house. Like you kind of wanted to just go outside. But like nowadays, people decorate their houses so nice, and then they're spending so much time at work, or yeah, like at work, or they're like with friends or something like that. Like they can't wait to go back home to their house, and they've made it so comfortable that it's like, that's your euphoria. And I feel like where you are right now is, if it's not your euphoria, it's definitely like your comfort zone. Somewhere in an area in your life, you are very comfortable. So you don't really want to move, or you probably do, but you're kind of just like avoiding it or pushing it off until, who knows, maybe summertime. You know, like, oh, I need to get in the gym, but I'll start back in May. Like, you know, your issue right now is that you do not want to move. You don't want to do, you're comfortable. You're very comfortable right now. So it's like you're afraid of change, you're avoiding changing. How to fix it? We have the World. I know I probably say this in every reading, but I freaking love these cards. Like they're so simple, but they're so pretty. The World. How to fix it? Realize that everything has an ending. Everything has an ending. Everything is gonna come full circle. It always does. And right now, I think that you're just kind of in that circle. You're at the end, but you're just like kind of pushing yourself back so you don't completely make that circle, if that makes sense. It's like even like here, like you see how it's kind of like this, but it's not touching. So it's like your hand is like going back, like, wait, no, not yet, not yet. Like, I don't know why I got that image in my head, but it's kind of like that. Like, you've already come full circle, but because you're so comfortable in it, you're like, but why? Because, okay, so the way I can put it is this, is you remember when, before you were in your comfort zone, do you remember how exciting it was to like work towards your comfort zone and how proud of yourself you were when you actually got there? And you're like, oh my God, like I actually fucking did it. Like I did it. Like, bruh, I did it. You remember how good that felt? Just that fulfillment of knowing that you worked towards something and you were able to make it happen. Just remember that. Like, I understand, because me, trust me, like I am all about my comfort zone. Like I love my house. I love my house. Like I mean, I work from home. I don't really need to like go nowhere. Everything you can just have delivered. But you know what that caused? That caused me to like get fat or shit. Just get like so much bigger. And it's not, I mean, yeah, I'm comfortable as hell. But like the longer I stay in here, the bigger I'm gonna get. You know, so I know at some point I have to be like, get your ass up. I feel like I think in order to, what could potentially help you is just to remember how it felt when you got to your comfort zone. Like, or you remember how it felt when you were like one notch away. And you're like, oh, I'm finna get it. I'm finna get it. It's coming. It's right there. I can see it. I can see it. And it's like, okay, so I feel like right now you're in that zone of like, you're still enjoying it, but like, how long have you been enjoying it? Like, how long have you been enjoying it? And it's not, what I'm saying, it's nothing wrong with wanting to, you know, just like relish in that comfort and that that accomplishment. Give yourself that pat on the back and be like, yeah, but you did that. But at some point, like, you have to realize that there are other things that I'm sure you want to accomplish as well. So just staying, you know, like in this one spot, refusing to change because you feel comfortable in it, it's completely understandable. But is it really, is it ideal? Is it something, are you that comfortable that you do not want to try to see what else you could reach potentially, you know? Like how, like in any job, say, like, okay, I used to work at a fast food place, right? And I started off as the cook. And then I ended up getting the opportunity to become a shift manager. So I became a shift manager and I felt so like good about myself. I got a pay raise. Granted, it wasn't that much, but it still felt good to me because I'm like, I was the cook. And now I'm the shift manager, which only means that now I'm the cook, the driver, the cutter. Like I'm all over the place now. But it felt good. So I feel like if anything, always like the best thing is always look back to see like how, one thing I do want to say is don't forget where you come from, you know? Like, oh, and sometimes when you do feel yourself getting like in that mode of just being stuck somewhere, always remember where you were before, where you are now. I feel like that's like probably the best motivation for anybody, because motivation comes differently for everybody. You know, everybody's not going to get motivated the same way as everybody else. And for me, what I've always like used is to look back where I came before I reached where I am right now. And be like, well, you know, like if I didn't do whatever I did, then I wouldn't even be here right now. Not like saying I'd be dead, like not that dark, but like I wouldn't be, like I wouldn't, you know, have the things that I have. I wouldn't feel the way that I feel when it comes to what I do for a living, you know? I feel like you just need to remember how fulfilled you felt when you got to where you are now. Remember how good that felt, girl? Or guy? Felt good as hell. So, what's the lesson? We have the Ten of Moons, which is the Ten of Pentacles. The lesson is, I don't even really want to just say more money, because I mean, obviously that's what it is. But like, if you have kids, or even if you have just like nieces and nephews or whatever, godchildren, they're looking up at you. It's like, kids watch. And even if you don't have any kids that you might be around or come across, they are looking at you. So I feel like the lesson here is to remember that at the end of the day, even if you don't have kids or if you don't really have that much family, you're still leaving a legacy, whether you realize it or not. You're leaving a legacy with your friends. You're leaving a legacy with your mother and your father, your grandmother and your grandmother. Like, you're leaving legacies. Like, people are looking up to you at some, like, they're looking up to you. You are an inspiration to people, whether you want to believe that or not, or you see yourself as that or not. It is what you are. You're leaving a legacy, and the lesson is to just remember that it's nothing wrong with being in your comfort zone, but it's nothing wrong with also trying to evolve and become something more than what you are. And that's not saying like you always have to like go for the next best thing, go for the next best thing. Like no, because that would be tiring as hell. But remember that you're worth it. Like, I kind of just look at it like that. Like, because 10 of Wands, like, that's like just like, it's or 10 of Pentacles, it's like success. Like, you're not only are you making money, but like you're making an effect. You're causing an effect to whatever business you work for, or whatever business you run, your friends, like everybody, everything that you do has an effect on it. And who knows, maybe you started your own business and you were able to hire like a whole bunch of people, so you gave other people jobs. I feel like you just have, the lesson is to remember that you are worth it. It's okay to take a break and whatever, but don't get stuck there. Don't get stuck there. Always remember where you came from and how good it felt when you got there. And the lesson is just remember, like, I mean, I feel like it's like, I don't know, I feel like you've probably gotten so comfortable in where you are right now that it's like, in a sense, you probably don't really feel like you're such a, an inspiration to people. Because you've been in something for so long. Like, when you work somewhere for so long, like, you know how to do everything, So it's like, it's no sweat off your back when, like, you have to go do something. Like, you just go do it and you come right back. And everybody's like, oh my God, you did that so fast. Oh my God, I thought we was gonna die. Like, if you have like a rush at work and you working food, oh my God, somebody call you and be like, girl, can you just come to the store? You get there and you help out. And then you're like, all right, I'm out. And then everybody's like, oh my God, thank you so much. But to you, it's like, I mean, it's what I do. Like, it's not no big deal. This is my job. But everybody else is like, no, like, you didn't even have to come and do that. I feel like you're kind of forgetting the effect that you have on people. Or maybe you haven't been getting that much, like, praise and all that stuff. So it's like, probably that's the reason why you're kind of just comfortable in it now. But sometimes you don't need praise from other people. You can praise yourself. Shit. You can praise yourself, but I think it's just it could potentially be that you don't get like as much praise as you used to in the beginning. So it's like now you're kind of just like probably nostalgic of stuff like that. Not saying that is what you're feeling, but I could see how that could come about to cause you to be wanting to go anywhere like further. But I feel like you got a lot of stuff ahead of you. And it's okay to take a break, but just don't stay there. Like, it's okay. And at the back of the deck we have the Justice. And then the 10 of Wands at the back of that. Yeah, that's what I swear. I think that I feel like you're aware of all this information. that you know that you're comfortable in where you are. I think you know it already. Like you it's not until I started doing these videos that I realized that I stutter. Like, I was like, what the hell? But yeah, I feel like you know this about yourself already. Because justice is all about truth and cause and effect and being aware of something. You know, being aware of the karma of it, or being aware of what you do, what somebody else does. Like you know what's going on. You know what's what. And if anything, I probably think that you're just kind of like chilling right now. But if ain't nobody told you in a minute, child, you are worth it. Whatever you're trying to get, whatever you're trying to go for, you're worth it. I know hearing it sometimes from another person is like, it's like crack. It just feels so good when somebody else gives you compliments and stuff like that. So if nobody ain't tell you that recently, child, you are worth whatever it is that you're trying to get. You are worth that and so much more. So don't let that comfort make you be stagnant. It's a beautiful feeling, don't get me wrong, child, because just don't get stuck there, you know? And the Ten of Wands at the back. Like, I'm telling you, you know, like, you're aware of your accomplishments. You know what you came and did. You know, you are very aware of it. Very aware of it. You are aware of it. Like, but I feel like the only thing here is that even though you are aware of it, I feel like you're just like not, you're not, I feel like you probably need like a, potentially like a hobby. I know I said I was going to do the Wisdom of Oracle, but I don't know why. I'm just feeling like called to do this one instead. It's my Soul Trees Ascension deck. It just gives like a, like one keyword to help. Because I feel like with you, like, you're very aware of your situation right now. You're very aware of it. And I think you're aware that, you know that you have to keep going. You know that you should keep going. You know that it's time to reach another level. You're very aware of that. And one thing I will say is don't even if you've been in this like feeling of like just not wanting to do anything right now, that's fine. Like, you don't have to rush yourself to do that. If you want to wait till your birthday, or you want to wait to what the hell, next holidays coming up, I have no idea. What is it, Easter? Is it Easter? I think it's Easter. I don't know, hell, I don't follow these freaking holidays. The only time I know it's a holiday is when I'm watching TV and they be like, oh, happy sha-da-da-da, and I'm like, oh shit, it's a holiday. Yeah, you can make a you know, give yourself a countdown to when you gonna start. Like, okay, child, I ain't gonna start today, but what's today? Today is the 15th. Oh hell, it's like right in the middle of the month. If you want to wait till next month, shit, the month already started, you could use that. But I always do that and I never start, so I wouldn't say do that. I wouldn't recommend it. But if you can still get yourself up to go do it, then yeah, give yourself a timeline as to when you actually want to start, because I feel like you know all this stuff, child. You know it all. There's nothing wrong with enjoying what you worked so hard to get. The only thing is you can't get stuck there. That's the only thing. Can't get stuck there. All right, so just to end the reading off here, Soul Tree's Ascension deck has given opportunity. Opportunity. You just gotta take it. You just gotta take it. At the back of the deck, we got Perception. Whenever you're ready to take that opportunity, girl, just take it. Or God, just take it. Person, just take it. Because it's there and it's waiting for you. And I'm pretty sure that you know that already. I don't think you really have a problem. This was supposed to be get your shite together. But I think you already have your shite together. You just have to get your energy together. That's what it is. Whatever you do, like if you don't write, maybe write, or whatever it is that you like to do. If you like to draw, you like to drive. I don't know nobody no more who likes to drive. When I was a kid, I used to be like, oh my God, I can't wait till I drive. Let me tell you something. My car has been sitting outside in that parking lot since last month, and I have not gone nowhere. So, with these kids, I can't wait till I grow up. I'm gonna love to drive. All right, you right. Go ahead. You right. Job, please. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it off there for you, my part ones. I really do hope that this was helpful, or you caught what I was throwing. And if so, please go ahead and leave a like, maybe a comment, and a subscription would be nice. But if not, that's okay too. Your presence here is just enough for me. All right, so take it easy. It's all love. Hope to see you in my next one. Toodaloo. Pile 2. If you chose the moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. This is going to be your lead-in. Put that over there. And for your reading today, I'm going to be using my soul cards. I love the back of these cards. It's so freaking pretty. But yeah, anyway, as stated in the beginning, we are doing Get Your Shite together. We're going to be doing one card for the problem, one card for a potential fix, one card for the lesson that is trying to be taught at this time, and then towards the end I'm going to use my Soul Ascensions or Soul Trees Ascension deck for just a send off oracle. Okay, so like I always say, do not think too hard about any one thing. Just vibe, pay attention to your breathing. Whatever's gonna come out is gonna come out regardless. So just vibe, child, just vibe. Good. All right, so the problem, we have Ace of Wands. How to fix it. We have Knight of Cups. And the lesson being taught as the Emperor. Back of the deck, we have the Six of Cups. So for the problem, we have the Ace of Wands. I feel like you have a lot of desires. Like you have a lot of things that you want to do, a lot of things that you want to accomplish. In every sense of the word. You want to move up in your career. You also want to get a new car. You want, like you just want things. You want, even if it's not like tangible things, like you want to evolve. You want to continue to evolve. And you have a lot of willpower behind you and creativity behind you. The only thing I would say is what I'm getting from this is I feel like you probably have started a lot of things. Like you probably started a blog, you know, and you were going real heavy on it one time. Like you was just pushing them shits out back to back to back to back to back. And then you went on YouTube and you saw people doing videos or whatever like that, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna start a channel. I'll put what I talk about in my blogs on my channel. And then you saw something else and you're like, ooh, I could probably do that too. And then you start doing that too. Like you start selling eyelashes or you start selling hair, but you also still have your blog and you still have your YouTube channel, but you ain't uploading in a minute and you ain't really been writing nothing on that blog yet because you're paying attention to them, to the customers for some eyelashes and some hair. And mind you that this doesn't have to be what I'm just trying to throw out some examples. But like I feel like you have a lot of things that you want to do, and when you think of an idea, you probably go all in very quickly and very hard, and like you just be popping them shits out. The only thing I'm getting from this is that you probably have a lot of things that you start, but you don't typically finish. That's like the vibe I'm getting, but we're gonna see as we go along. Yeah, I feel like you're definitely like a go-getter. I get that kind of vibe from you. Like, and even if you're not like a go-getter in a sense of you're always out doing things and talking to people and stuff like that doesn't mean like a go-getter. Like you could be inside of your house and you could be recording videos. Like you could be a go-getter inside of your house. Like you probably, who knows, you be a chef, you gotta cook, or like I don't know, something. You're doing something. You're doing something. You don't have to be outside or always you know, marketing or talking to people to be a go-getter. Like you could be starting your own little businesses online. You could be teaching yourself shit. Like you could be getting books, writing. You could be all type of shit. Like I just want to try to put across the vibe of like, you don't go, being a go-getter is not all about being in people's faces and like going outside and like, I mean, yeah, that's one of them, but you can also do that shit in your house. So, because I hate that. It seems like nowadays, like people who work from home or like something like that, they're looked at as, I don't know, I just want to throw that out there. But I feel like you have a lot of ideas and a lot of things that you may want to do, and I think when you think of them, you go very hard in them, but I feel like you don't really finish them, or you don't typically you just don't typically finish them. Like you probably still have a lot of things that you've started, but maybe because it wasn't getting enough traction for you, like you thought of something else or something else came about and you're like, okay, I'm gonna try that while I'm waiting on this, you know. But then you start trying this one thing and then that one is not, it's kind of tapering off. So you see something else, so you start that, but you're like, I still got all these other things I need to go do. And if you were to just double down on the first thing that you started, potentially, you know, you could be a lot further in the first one than having 3 different ones. This is generalized. If this is not your reading, it's not your reading. But that's just the vibe I'm getting from here. You have a lot of desires and a lot of willpower behind you. But it's just continuing it is what I'm seeing as a potential, as the issue. Jumping from this one to that one to this one to that one. And how to potentially fix it here, we have the Knight of Cups. What is it that you really want to do? I think that you should really sit down and make a list. you know. I don't know if you've ever seen like this play. There was this play one time where it was a mother. Was it a mother? It was somebody inside of the thing. I think it was oh my God, I don't remember the name of the play. If I think about it, I'm gonna say it. But in the movie, it's a play. In the play, the mom tells the daughter to make a list of pros or strengths or weaknesses or pros and cons for the person that she was with. And whichever side is more or has more listed down on it, that's your decision, right? Because she was engaged to somebody, but then like an ex popped up. It's what's that lady name? She's in Real Housewives of Atlanta. Not Nene, the other one. Holy hell, I don't watch it no more, so I don't know their names. I don't know their names. But it's the model one. She was a model. Not the loud one. Not that one that say twirl. Not her. The other one. Bailey. Her last name is Bailey. How the hell can I remember her last name but not her first? What kind of crap is that? But anyway, yeah, her husband, her ex, her daughter's father is in that play that I'm talking about. And he got out of jail and stuff like that. That oh my God, it was so nice. That was a really good play. But yeah, I feel like I feel like when you come about, like when you have ideas, like you probably get like crazy excited, or you get like, you start thinking to the future, like, oh my God, like this could be it. Oh my God, like I could be like, I could see my stuff inside of the stores, or like I could see my company name on billboards and, you know, whatever. And I feel like you get really, really like giddy about it. But it's the vibe that I'm getting is that you stay in that kitty, or not kitty, I won't say kitty, like the honeymoon stage of a relationship, but like it's like the high school sweetheart stage, where it's like y'all walk the halls together.
My boo, this is what I'm doing now. Like, this is him, this is me. He is me and I am him.
It's like, it's really cute. But I feel like you need to look further than that. I feel like you get stuck in that mode of like, oh my God, it's gonna be so good. And then, but you don't really think about the potential drawbacks, like how long it's actually gonna take for something to come about what you're trying to do, you know? Like, perfect example, like with this channel and me, right? Like, I've been wanting to like start this channel for like a really long time, but I would always think that I wasn't like really good at it. So I was like, okay, like I'm just gonna do it, you know. And I just started to do it. Like I just started to upload videos. And then I remember there was this one day, oh my God, when I say I woke up and that motherfucker said I had like thousands of views, so many comments. It's the one where it was like, how do men view you? Child, when I woke up the next day, I was like, oh my dear Lord. I was like, I'm finna be famous. That's really how I felt. I was like, I'm gonna be famous. But then that was like, and then I had another video that, you know, kind of took off, but it wasn't like as big as that one. So all of my videos now don't really get that many views. Like, I mean, they get views, you know, but it's like, I feel like that was a humbling experience for me, because it was like, yeah, you know, it can get like that. Like, you will have times when it picks up, but you're also gonna have times where it feels like what you're doing is absolutely worthless. Like, why are you doing it? You're wasting your time doing this, you know? And at that point, that's when I realized, like, oh my God, I think I may have like a problem with patience, or like waiting. And you know, with like this whole new generation, like we're so like, we want it now, and all of our patience is kind of like gone out the wind. So I said that story to be like, you have to, I mean, yeah, when you think of an idea, when something comes in your head and you see other people doing it and they're so successful, what you don't see is the amount of work that they put into it. You don't know how many times they probably thought about quitting. You don't know how many times you know, they had literally basically fucking quit, you know. But for some reason they kept going back to it, and the reason why they kept going back to it because it was something that they actually really wanted to do. If it's not something that you really want to do, you're not gonna keep at with it. You're not gonna keep doing it. You're not. And even if you do get a lot of traction, if it's not something that you really want to do, it's gonna fall by the wayside eventually. So when I say with that list, everything that you're doing or every desire that you really have, really dig deep into it and see which one do you really see yourself doing even if you don't get traction. Which one would you still enjoy doing? Which one would you still enjoy doing? And do that one. Knight of Cups is that high school phase. It's oh my God, like this could be awesome sauce. You know, but things happen, you know. So you have to, so sorry, you gonna probably hear my neighbors downstairs when I tell you, child. Oof, 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 oof. Anyway, okay. So, and the lesson we have here is the Emperor. The Emperor. Yeah. The lesson is having a plan, being, having a plan, being, what is the word I'm looking for? It's like being, what is that word? I was using it the other day. It's like I'm saying with that list, get a list. And if you when you find out what it is that you need, write down every step that you know that you're going to need to take. I'm not saying that like every step, like I got to do this today and I got to do this tomorrow. No. Do it like, try to break down each step. Make a plan, make a structured plan. Be like, okay, so for at least the first 2 weeks of this month, I have to get this done. In the last 2 weeks of this month, I have to make sure that this is done. You know, like just have a plan, put it together. Have a business plan. That's what I was looking for. Jesus Christ. Make a business plan. Because if you just go off of the top of your head, it's not, I mean, it's still gonna get done, but it's not gonna be structured. And you're gonna lose, opportunities by not being structured, because I just feel like having a plan is something that you needed to learn. And if you're probably learning it now, I believe, especially with the Six of Cups at the end. I said at the end, at the bottom. I feel like this is something that you're starting to become aware of, that you do need to have some type of plan. You need to have some type of goal. Like you need to put down your short-term goals and your long-term goals for that one thing that you really want to do. And when I say short-term goals, I'm saying like in the next 6 months. Long-term goals in the next year. What are your plans? What do you want to do? What do you hope to achieve in that time? I feel like with this, it's a great thing to have ideas and have, you know, things that you want to do. And yeah, it's beautiful because there are people out here who don't dream. Like they and it's honestly no fault of their own. They just probably don't have people around them that even allow them to believe that dreaming is possible. But that's for another day. But you have a lot of things that I believe that you want to do, and a lot of things I think that you can actually prosper in and do really good at. But I feel like you're kind of scattered when it comes to the desires. So like I was saying, just write down a list, do the pros and the cons, write down every desire that you have. Pick the one that you will not mind doing, even if nobody cares about it. You would still keep doing it because that's what you actually want to do. And I'm not saying like you have to change your career and like, no, I'm saying like as if you needed to be started off as like a hobby, do that. Because that's what this is for me now. Like this is like my hobby until I'm able to, you know, make a plan and how many videos I'm gonna upload every month, and you know, like that, like, because you have to have something that you're gonna follow. Unless you're just one of those people that can just like remember shit off the top of your head, then you are blessed. But me, I gotta write that shit down. I gotta write it down. I gotta put an alarm clock on it, maybe 3 to 4 alarm clocks on it. And like, yeah, I have to, yeah. The lesson that you needed to learn with this is learning that it's good to have desires, and yeah, it's a beautiful thing, but you can't get lost in that romanticized phase of it, like the beginning phase when you first think of an idea and you think about how far you can actually go. I feel like you get stuck there, and then when it doesn't happen, it just kind of goes back here. You find something else, and then that same thing repeats, and then you get in that romantic stage, but it doesn't pick up either. So you go right back to another desire. But you have to go to the third step. The only place that you're getting right now is to the second step. And then if it's not giving you back the attention that you want, then you go back and you start over. Or you start with something new. Saying, yeah, I still have that, but I'm gonna start this too. Because it's, like, why not? Who doesn't want 2 businesses? Like, I feel like that's kind of like where you get stuck. But with the Emperor being the lesson that's being taught is showing you to take charge and to actually make a plan. You need a plan. You need a plan. That's it. You need to like really get into it. Make that list. And if this is for a man too, girl, make that list. I don't care. Lists are I love lists. If you couldn't tell. But anyway, let's go ahead and end this off. Then I'm gonna get you an Ascension Soul Tree Oracle. So for the overall of the reading, we have the 6 of Cups. Okay. So the 6 of Cups. Yeah, I think it's like you because you get comfortable. I think what it is that you're comfortable in having that desire, and you get so like happy, or like, like I'm saying, like the romanticized of it, and you're like, oh my God, like you think of all the good things that can happen, what you can expect to happen. You see somebody else who's like doing really good in what it is that you want to do, and you're like, oh my God, when I get there, it's gonna be amazing, and bitch, I'm gonna be pulling in so much stuff, like, but then because that doesn't happen, and you don't realize that all you need to do is make a plan, you go back to make another idea that gave you that same feeling of like happiness. Because right now, the one that you've already started, you've started it, but you're not getting, like any feedback. You're not getting any traction. You're not getting any business. It's not picking up the way that you see it picking up for everybody else. So you go back to what you're familiar to. You see something else and you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna do that then. Okay, so we're just gonna put this to the side, and then we're just gonna start over and do the same thing. But then that same thing happens again. But you just keep going back because it's what you're familiar to. That's what you know. You don't know that you just need to make a plan. And if that means that you need to ask for help, or ask, somebody who is in the same business that you're looking to join, go and talk to them. Be like, yo, like, what did you do when when you were just like, man, this is like a waste, like I don't even know, like nothing is happening. Talk to them, and they will let you know, look, it's not just gonna come overnight. Like, it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some time. So that's the reason why I always make sure that what you're doing is something that you actually want to do. Because right now you're just familiar with these 2 steps. You're not picking up on the lesson that you need to make the plan. You just keep starting everything over. Because that's what you're used to. Just make a list, make a plan, write it out. I'm telling you, lists, I love lists. Like, I use lists for no damn reason. I just have lists. Like, I don't even care. I don't even need a list. I'm gonna make one. Because I think it's because I just like to write. But lists come in very handy. They're handy. They're very handy. And if you don't really know what to do, go on Google, child, or go on YouTube. Just type in, how the fuck do I start a business? What is step 1? What should I be doing right now, Or just go to somebody who you trust and ask them, like, you know, what would you suggest I do right now? Because I'm kind of losing faith right now. And they'll tell you. They'll tell you. Because people love to tell people what to do. Okay, so for here, we have delight. I swear to God, every time I get this card, I just look at it like delight. What the hell they mean delight? Delight what? I'm picking another card because I hate when I get that card. I'm not gonna lie. I hate when I get that card. Infinite. There we go. That's better. I like that. Okay, so infinite delightness, whatever. This one is infinite. You have infinite possibilities. You have infinite things that you can do, and you're very much aware of that, but I think you just need to put on your emperor hat. Just put on that emperor hat. You'll look sexy in it, trust me. But yeah. Yeah. The moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. Yeah, I'm telling you, you just need to figure out what it is that you will love doing no matter what. Once you figure out what that is, move from there. Just keep going from there. That's it. Just keep going. Stop starting over. Make that plan. Make that list. The lists are beautiful, okay? But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end it off for you there, my pal twos. I do appreciate you spending a little bit of your time here. And if you caught what I was throwing, then go ahead and leave a like, maybe a comment letting me know which pal you chose. And maybe a subscription. But if not, that's okay too. I'll get you next time. But yeah, thank you so much. It's all love. It's all love. Hope to see you in my next one.